Start recording. All right. We're going to take a ride?
Yeah, we'll take a ride.
Oh, cool.
Does that sound fun?
Yeah, I'm just going to introduce you. We are going on a healing ride. So these ladies are going to tell us more about it. All right. And we're going to get the camera turned around. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right.
Ron, you want me to turn it around?
So there's good. Yeah. Got a lot of sky right now. Okay. All right. Well, we are headed out on a ride today, just as if we were on a healing ride. What is a healing ride? What is a healing ride, Darcy?
Oh, well, do you care if I just talk to you like this for a second?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. This is the least scenic portion, so you're not missing too much. We're leaving our facility where we've stored the bikes, and we're heading onto the Constitution Trail in Bloomington, Illinois.
Right. And who do we have on this video with us here?
A healing ride is a bicycle that has a wheelchair type thing on the front, and that's what I'm sitting in right now.
Cool.
As I'm safely strapped in, and I can breathe in the fresh air of being outside.
Wow.
I can see blue sky with white fluffy clouds, and it's just a beautiful day. And it can get me out of any kind of mood I'm in just by giving me some fresh air and sunshine, really.
That is so cool. How long has this been going on?
This is our fourth season.
4 years.
Season.
Yep.
And how did it get started in Bloomington? How did it all happen?
Well, again, my friend Barb Brown, if you can see her behind
me. Barb! Barb in the back, Darcy in the front.
Right. Yeah. Can I tell your story, or do you want to?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, she has to focus on, not crashing us.
That's good.
Barb had cancer back then, and 7 years ago, and she was going through treatments and was feeling very exhausted, and was visiting her sister in Nantucket, and she saw a contraption like this that got people out into nature to breathe the fresh air, and she just looked at that and thought, that is what I need, is to get outdoors, but didn't have the energy, right?
Exactly.
So she wanted to bring something like that to Bloomington Normal after she's been healed of cancer and is doing quite well. Yeah. And then, I mean, it was a lot of God things one after another that brought funds together and help this become a thing in Bloomington Normal. It's a free community service.
Wow.
People can call up and get on our schedule, and we take them for a ride.
Wow. Is there some kind of training for the people that are driving the bike there behind you?
Yeah, we've all been trained, tested, and Barb is pretty strict about who she's going to let drive one of these things.
What's some of the criteria? What are you looking for, Barb?
Well, I do an interview before I even start the training. They have to be in good enough physical condition to do this. It doesn't. It's not like a lot of. It's not difficult, but you have to be healthy.
Right.
And majorly, I look for people who care about other people, who are not trying to pad their resumes with volunteer work, but people who love people.
Wow.
And I see that by just talking to people for just a pretty short time. I got it pretty much down to knowing the kind of people that we want for volunteers. And we have an amazing volunteer corps of 21 people.
Wow.
We ride every day of the week between 1 and 3. And we don't fill every single one of those slots, but this summer has been. Maybe Darcy can show you to the side here in the front a little bit.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you, there's a little motor on this bike, which is very helpful when you're up and over what's coming up in front of us. So
Okay.
let me turn you around and you can take a look at one of the adventurous portions of our ride.
Great.
Going over Emerson Street in Bloomington Normal over a bridge.
Okay. Wow.
Be bumpy.
We'll have some bumps.
We'll have some bumps. Okay, point it up front.
My seatbelt came on.
Wow.
See a couple bumps.
That's great. Well, hold on. Nice. All right.
You look that way, see traffic
there.
underneath us.
Wow, this is so cool. Can you imagine having a disability of some sort and being able to ride down this path with someone pedaling behind you? Wonderful. So pretty. Just imagine how healing would be if you're feeling low or if you haven't been out for a while. Fantastic.
So we could pull over to the side and sit at a little bench and talk to you a little bit more. Karen,
Oh, sure. That'd be super. Yeah.
Okay. You want to pull over here and we can chat with her?
See, they're wearing helmets. Very safe. That's great.
Yeah, yeah. And the seat belts are on.
In. Yeah. So a person would feel very secure.
That's right.
Oh.
Stay seated here. Can you see us both?
I can, yes.
I got this.
So I guess that healing part of this ride is the actual environment that people get to be in, but also the person like yourselves that they get to spend time with. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, we've also found that the movement, some people don't get to move. And even though they're not doing the pedaling, they feel like they're moving, and having the feeling of the air in their face and the sunshine, and that's our tag, healing.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get a little signal back again. We've kind of got you frozen on screen right now. Ooh, there you are.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what's healing rides. Yeah.
Talking to my guest today, and I said there's really three groups of people that get the benefit of this. It's the person that pedals, that would be us, and the person who is our guest, which is in the chair, and the people on the trail. I mean,
yeah.
Therapy dogs that stop, and so and we see animals and birds and butterflies, and so there's lots of parts to it.
So there's training for the person who's driving the bike. Is there also training for the person who's going to be the guest?
No, they just jump in very unbelievably with a lot of confidence. You know,
they trust us.
They do. It's pretty amazing to me that people do that. Honestly, I feel like it takes. It's not every person that would ever. You got to be a little adventurous to do this, I think.
Yeah. Do you meet them at their home first before they ever get to the bike trail?
No, we don't. It's the first time, and sometimes the last. Sometimes it's the last time we see them. So
they usually have a caregiver that brings them here. We did have one lady that would take a cab.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of them. Some are from nursing homes, and the nursing home bus will bring them, or a loved one would drive them here, and then even sometimes the whole family comes along. This was really cool. A couple weeks ago, I was with a little girl that was wheelchair bound, but her whole family, two brothers and a little sister and mom, all came along on the bike ride, and they just had a great time with her. And it was their first bike ride as a full family.
Oh, that's lovely. So they do they bike along with you then on their own bikes?
Yeah. I can't squat like this. I'm going to sit down.
Okay. So if somebody goes on a healing ride, how soon can they get back and do another one?
They can come back the next day if they want to. There's no limit of how many times. We have one young man who rides every Saturday. He has a severe, many disabilities. He's nonverbal, but when he sees these bikes come out of the garage, he starts to holler and flap his arms, and
he just say one word, and that word is yeah.
Yeah.
And so when he sees it, he goes, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
And that bridge we just went over too. You guys always
he verbalizes over the bridge and goes,
I love it.
Has anyone ever shown up, taken a look at the bike, and just said, "No, I can't"?
Never. And we have never had someone turn around either. I always tell them, if you don't like this, I will bring you home. You don't have to feel like you have to stay here. One lady last week said, "Is the ride almost over?" And I said, "Almost. It's getting close. Do you want me to turn around?" She goes, "No, I just want to be back for the Cubs game."
Oh, that's great. Has there been any incidents of motion sickness with this bike?
We have not. No. We have found that some people with dementia have a little bit of trouble, but most of the time, their caregivers know how they are when they're out of their environment. So that's probably, and people that have like spinal issues or that can't sit up straight. We do have ways of using wraps to keep, like TJ, or I shouldn't have said his name. He uses a wrap for his legs and also his arms to keep him from leaning over and losing balance. So the seatbelt really is to just keep you from coming out the front. It doesn't keep you upright. So we have ways of kind of cozying people in, I should say.
Yeah. There's also a safety feature down by the wheels where a person's arms hang down, their hands won't get caught. Yeah, take a look.
Let me just kind of go on the bike.
Okay.
There's pedals, and then the seat where Darcy is, and then it attaches, so it's only a half of a bicycle here in the back.
Wow.
And then there's up here is the controls for the battery.
Oh, for
the
motor.
headrest. My favorite thing, the bell.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, and this is the battery back here at the back.
Oh, wow.
Okay, we're back here now.
So is there anything, if you're talking to somebody on the phone, do you do like a screen of some kind? Are there some conditions or situations that you'd have to say, "I'm sorry, I don't think this is appropriate"?
Yeah, like I said before, there are some physical limitations. There is a weight limit of 250 pounds. But usually the people, like our agencies, they know. The other day, though, we had one of my agencies sign up a lady who had an oxygen tank, a portable oxygen tank, but we don't really have a hook or anything to put it on. Luckily, my husband rode with me, and he put it over his shoulder, and he was fine, but he was tired. So I had to call the agency and say, by the way, it worked out okay, but it's not the ideal situation. She thought she was going to hold it in her lap. This was big. She couldn't do that. So
yeah.
So anyway, there are up once in a while, but we try to screen as best as we can.
Mm-hmm. Would you take everyone on the same route, or would you modify the route depending on the person?
We take the same route. We do have a new park that's just opened up that has access to the trail. So maybe next year we might do a little different route, which would be fun for those of us that have done it for 4 years. Be a little change for us. So,
so you provide the helmet for the person, is that right?
Yes, we have a variety of sizes of helmets.
And they're disinfecting between each ride.
We disinfect.
And the leg rests
And
are
also
adjustable so that they're
itself.
taller or shorter?
Yeah. We have small ones and big ones, and then within those sizes we can adjust it with the little twist on the back and the strap.
How many bikes do you have?
2 bikes. We have two bikes. Ooh.
So when do you start in the spring and when do you end in the fall, or is it all weather dependent?
May through September. And yeah, it is depending on if it's raining, we won't go.
Yeah.
Or too hot, we've had to cancel due to heat.
Oh, sure. So where do you store these bikes in general? I mean, just at your own house? Do you bring them each time, or do you store them near the trail?
Just right here at the trail, there's a storage facility, and we've been provided with a spot inside of there. I think that actually helped us determine what route to take on the trail as well, because it would be difficult to transport the bikes.
Okay.
Yeah, to another place.
Have you had to replace any of the bikes in the 4 years?
Here.
Could you say that again, Karen?
Have you had to replace either of those bikes in the last 4 years?
Yes, this is actually the first year we're using this set of bikes. So we've been able to replace the older set that we originally started with.
Right.
So what's really neat about that is that we raised the money for these new bikes, and we gave the other bikes away.
Oh.
We gave them to 2 families who have disabled adult children who can't get out with their kids anymore. They're too big to push them around. And so we have 2 families that got these bikes for nothing.
That is fabulous. Wow, what a wonderful thing. So is Healing Rides a national organization that people could get a hold of if they wanted to see if something like that could happen in Minnesota?
It's not at all national. It's very local.
Okay.
Although that he had an article that came out nationwide in a bicycle magazine, and so we got contacted to find out, how to start programs. So since that time, there have been 6 new groups like this that have started around the
Got a frozen screen again. That's all right. Maybe we'll get them back. There they come.
There you are.
Hey.
Thanks for getting us back.
Yeah. So you've got some groups interested. That's great.
Yeah.
They've started their own. This is our therapy dog up here. This is
we have Peaches on the left up here.
Oh, nice.
Nice little puppy that's
doing a video.
Oh, that is so sweet. He was on TV.
That's a good dog.
Yeah. This is so amazing. I can just imagine so many people. I work a lot with stroke patients and others that, Parkinson's, that could very much benefit from a healing ride. I don't know of anything here in the Minnesota area right now, but I wonder if there was interest in the cities, the Twin Cities. Wouldn't it be wonderful to get something like this started here? That would be fabulous.
If you go to our website, healingrides.com, there's a place, an FAQ page on there that you can look at, and that sort of tells you how we got started and gives ideas. So it's not easy to start them up. There's a lot of startup. There's a lot of things that you have to have in place before.
Wonder if you have on your fact list.
But anyway,
on the fact list, will it give the requirements that are needed, or how would a person get that list of this is what's required?
Oh, you mean to start one?
Yeah.
To start a program?
Yes.
Yeah, just go to our site and we can tell you on that FAQ.
Yeah, that's great.
How we do
Yeah.
be different.
That was healingrides.com for anyone that didn't catch that. That's fantastic. And that you have 4 years now under your belt. You've really had a great experience and you have a lot to share. The key's freezing. I suppose it's, hey there again.
Hello.
It's the connection.
Yes, we've experience now, and it's just it's becoming more and more of a blessing to more and more people.
Oh, it sure is. That is wonderful, and a blessing to you guys and all those that are volunteers. That is just amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm really, really glad we got a chance to talk with you gals today and see firsthand what it's like to be on a healing ride. This is amazing, more than I expected when I asked for an interview. So, wow.
I'll turn you around again. You can see a little more. Here we go.
Yeah. Oh, it's just so nice to be able to do this. You can imagine if you've had a stroke or something like that and you're able to sit in a wheelchair and be pushed through the air and a nice sunny day or whatever, it's just an amazing feeling. Motion is very therapeutic. We'll do that even in therapy for people that can't move well on their own. So imagine how ideal this is. It kind of reminds me of those that get into hippotherapy, which is on horses. And that would be a different kind of a movement, but it's still moving. And it's just an amazing therapy for the brain. It's really, really wonderful. All right. Well, if we have anyone that has any questions, we'll direct them to your website. But I'm just so grateful that you would join us today to give us your time and this wonderful ride. And we sure wish the best to all that you're doing there in Bloomington. That's wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks, Karen. You too.
All right. You guys take care and happy trails.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.